At about the same time as Abraham sets out from Ur, across the world it is time for new beginnings. In the Great Lakes region of North America, spears are first designed out of copper. On the eastern coast of Japan, fish hooks made from animal bones are commonly used by fishermen. And in Hungary, skilled bronze workers create weapons, such as engraved axes and swords. But perhaps nowhere on earth was a more important drama being acted out for humanity than the trek of an obscure group of migrants braving 1,000 miles of sun-scorched desert.
And they went forth together from Ur of the Chaldeans to go into the land of Canaan. But when they came to Haran, they settled there. Genesis 11:3.
According to the Bible, Abraham would live in the village of Haran until he was an old man of 75. The advanced ages of Abraham and others mentioned in the Bible have long puzzled scholars.
The ages of the Bible really are a mystery and really are quite perplexing for people who want to take everything that is said in these stories very literally. And this just seems to be the storyteller's way of saying this happened in a period long ago when things were very different.
Tradition has it that it was not until Abraham was 75 that God spoke to him for the first time. It is perhaps one of the defining moments in human history.
Now the Lord said to Abraham, "Go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you, and I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great, so that you will be a blessing." Genesis 12:2.
Some scholars believe this dramatic moment in the Bible when God spoke to Abraham is the beginning of true monotheism, the belief that only one God rules the universe. But was it?
It's hard to talk about Abraham as a monotheist. Abraham had an agreement, a covenant with his one God who is the Lord. Abraham didn't say or believe, as far as we know, that there weren't other gods. All the evidence is that there were other gods for other people. And Abraham's God never insisted on exclusivity.
While experts disagree over whether Abraham was a true monotheist, the Bible does not indicate that he ever worshipped other gods. It only tells us that, led by his fervent faith in his one God, Abraham informs his family that they will be leaving their secure, familiar world behind. It must have tested their belief in him.
Abraham has the problem which many religious people have. He hears voices and he can't prove it. They must have thought he was a lunatic. You can look back and say what a great man this was. But it wouldn't have helped you if you'd been his neighbor back then in Canaan, and you have this man walking around listening to voices and doing strange things.
Despite the doubts of Abraham's wife and their relatives, they follow him. But strangely, God has not told Abraham his destination. Guided by the voice of a God only he can hear, Abraham leads his family away from the one world they have known.